Welcome everyone to the Casual Esports Amateur League, or SEAL. This is the AMO hosting the final, knock on wood, VOD semifinals match of the Season 2. This one is the Ionian division between the number 1 seed Helix, number 4 seed Washed Up One Tricks. This is an epic showdown between these two teams. These two teams, during the regular season in Season 1 and Season 2, tied each other 1-1, and as a result, I can't wait to see what this match brings between these two teams. They have been in the league basically since the beginning, so I can't believe this is the last match that I'm gonna get to cast, because it's almost like I saved the best for last, and that's not necessarily true. they were saved for last because they were the last match that played, and I didn't have to replay the review to do it otherwise any other time. So I guess they lucked out in that regard. So let's just jump straight into picks and bans here. Let's shuffle over. Shrima shuffle. Shuffling in. Pick bans. Where are we at? Helix is going to be on the blue side for game 1. They banned Mordekaiser. They banned Rumble. They banned Caitlyn. So, just a heads up for people who don't know, Ionian is our highest ranked division, and this match has our 2 highest ranked players in it. We have who's higher ranked at the moment? Tuba is the top laner for Washed Up One Tricks, or Woot. He, I think, hit Diamond 1. And then we have a Zingy. He's the AD carry for Helix. He's Diamond 2. Or is he Diamond 1? I think they may both been Diamond 1 sometime during Season 9. So I think we got a couple Diamond 1 players, not directly against each other, but just kind of in general. And you'll see kind of how these team comps usually built around Woot giving the counter pick to the Diamond player for the top lane. They also play a very particular style in how they go about things, and so does Helix, right? Helix loves to play the protect AD carry comp, focus around that position. Woot likes to do some crazy interactive things, as you see kind of with the bans. Also, because it's this division, Ornn gets banned automatically. Zach on the side of the other jungler, who is excellent in his own regards. I don't want to throw anyone else's. All these players are really good, so I don't want to put anyone under the bus. I want to be proactive and supportive of all of these teams here as we get into the game here in just a moment. But just know that there are certain things to watch out for, as how well Woot can either get onto a Zingy, the AD carry, or how well that their Fiesta teamliness can work together in regards to the whole matchup and how they're going to go about playing about the match and what they do, the objective control, those types of things. So on the rest of the side for Helix, we have the Nautilus, the Sejuani, the Vigor, and the Maokai. Those are 3 giant beefy boys, or beefy ladies, or okay, it's one decent-sized lady riding a boar with a giant tree and a giant anchor man, blocking and protecting, CCing for the AD carry and the burst tiny little Yordle mage. On the side of Woot, we have the tree trapper, Darius, the Axeman, going with the Karthus mid lane for Gelati, and Jarvan, Yumi, and Tristana. So way less CC on the side of Wash Up One Tricks, like way less CC, right? And Tristana and Karthus are going to have to try and scale super late, but then you have Vigor, who also scales really late. And then the 1v1 matchup in the top lane, how far ahead can Darius get? So hopefully this matchup brings as much action as it did during the last few regular seasons, and we can really jump right in and enjoy it all. So we're going to go to the cutscene, and then we will start game 1. Man, that is great. We are professional, ladies and gentlemen. Professionally amateur. So, coming out, well, let's actually run down the full lineups here so everyone knows who we're talking about. We have Zilla up in the top lane on the Maokai for Helix. A Graylee in the jungler on the side of Sejuani. Solo carries. Hey, when you're playing solo lane, Vigor in the mid lane. A Zingy AD carry in the bot lane versus Ivy Groggy on the Nautilus support. Coming out for Wash Up One Tricks, we got Tuba in the top lane, Mayra Huevos in the jungle, Gelati in the mid lane, Rixie AD carry, and Bixby Cutie on the support. Yumi. So I've had conversations where I think everyone on Washed Up One Tricks, and I think most of the people on Helix as well, like either direct conversations or just kind of in general. So them being part of the community and being really involved. If you want to watch a match and you see anything that's highlighted in this game, go ahead and I'm gonna say hit them up. They usually are all pretty good guys about to give their opinions on how things are done here. Hopefully they will be positive in their response, and if they're not positive, you can send me at them, and I'll go yell at them here, as these could be considered one of the best semifinals matchups in all the semifinals and all the divisions here. Very defensive start on the side of Washed Up One Tricks and Helix, as Jarvan's going to want to look to get an early, probably an early gank going off, get level 3 as fast as possible, get into gank. Let's see which lane he wants to affect the most. Probably the bot lane, unless top lane needs just a little bit of help, as we have Darius. Oh my gosh, and instant hook onto the Yuumi while she was out trying to lay some poke down. That's going to be kind of rough for this lane here. Didn't burn the ignite, so Yuumi has the heal and ignite, no flash needed, because you just sit on enemy champions. Nautilus goes up, walks up with the hook. There's the ignite. See if he goes for the anchor toss. Nope, just autos the Tristana. Damage coming out on the side. There's the hook in, and there's the jump out. Heal burnt on the side of Zingy. Ignite burnt on IP Groggy. Just the ignite burn on Ibixi Cutie. So obviously tons of trades. We're focusing here on this bot lane, as I think this is going to be the most tradeful lane. Sejuani did a full red side clear, and then is going to do a wraparound gank here in the bot lane, or at least look for it. Jarvan did a blue side clear, then took red buff, and now is looking to place some vision down on the red area, trying to do maybe a wraparound gank. Oh, they know that Sejuani's here. She's on a ward. They know Jarvan's maybe looking to do bot scuttle. Yep, there's the flying drag, as you can see on the mini-map. I'm looking on the mini-map for those of you who are watching what's going on screen, trying to dictate what's happening. Let the direct-to-camera do its thing as Nautilus gets in another one, and Rixi's going to have to rocket jump out with the first scuttle down. Jarvan's probably going to head straight over and do the top one as well. And that pressure just meant that the bot lane got to control whatever they wanted to do, right? Sejuani just hung out here, make sure that Jarvan didn't gank, and was ready for the counter engage, should there have been an engage. Jarvan getting that top scuttle means that extra nice gold and CS. And Tuba's going to go in here, and nice flag and drag does get the knock up here in the procs. Let's see if there's another flash. They're not going to chase that one through. Zilla is able to escape that one. Rixi's going to rocket jump out of the hook from Nautilus. Plus the little shield coming out on the side of Yuumi. Excellent job. Trying to keep, sustain in lane here. Oh, pull in by Tuba. There's a slice. See if he gets one more. Oh, flash! The burn? Tuba, not very nice. Flashing the mastery inappropriately, but doesn't get the kill. Maokai's going to be able to live through that one. We'll see what Sejuani's going to say about it. Now that both the top laners slashing the burn. Jarvan's going to look maybe to go back towards the bottom half of the lane. Maokai just got too much heals. Jarvan doing such a long range. Mayor Wavelo's trying to find a gank somewhere. Was able to get the one flash in top lane. And Darius is going for boots here. Merc treads. Prevent that CC. Get an extra little bit of movement to get in onto the Maokai. Jarvan, what camp did Jarvan take? Does it tell me? It doesn't. Because it's in the Fog of War. Okay, I'm not talking a whole lot. A lot of it's not really particularly happening. This is where we have the color caster and the play-by-play caster giving the information on the backs and forths of the laning phase and the skills individually, as we see Darius with more CS, Karthus with more CS, but on the other side we have the Kaisa with more CS. Just individually, I think the laning prowess and the pressure that they can have is, their skills. But that means that we have a Dragon, the back of the Tristana, Karthus' inability to really push up the Vigor and control that lane, with Jarvan being in the top half of the map, means that is an Air Drake headed over to the side of Helix. They're going to like that extra little bit of cooldown reduction. That's going to bring them there. And the gold. So good objective take on the side of Helix. When it was available with the wash up on tricks not being on the map properly to defend it, and the wave managed manipulation coming out on the side of them. Hopefully that was planned and not just an accidental thing that they did there. And there's another hook by Nautilus. The Tristan just being able to rocket jump out is really nice and all, and just keeping them safe as they're not getting all in. But it means that they're not getting any pressure onto the Kaisa, who's basically kind of free farming without any regards to poke or all-ins. We're going to hand over the blue buff over to Karthus now. He's going to be able to spam his abilities up in the CS. He also has the ultimate ready, so as soon as there's an engage, watch to see if we can get Karthus to slip back underneath tower, drop the ultimate, to pick up first blood. They are up in CS, but that's basically just the only reason why Wash Up One Trick is currently winning at the moment, gold-wise. And it's just by the tiniest amount. With Dragon down, this is something we've seen from a lot of teams here in the playoffs. They do lane swaps. They are trying to be like the professionals. Switch your bot lane to the top lane because there's no reason to be down there for no Dragon. Focus, make sure that you have Rift Herald control. We'll see real quick if that makes any difference on the tower. I probably should just use the keys to move it differently back and forth, but not going to matter. We're going to get one plate going over to Woot's bot lane, as we have Vision getting cleared up. Now, Wash Up has not done the swap back. We'll see how much it's going to matter here momentarily, as we're going to have a 3v3 maybe? Tristana definitely trying to get as many procs on this tower. Maybe get another tower play as Karthus is up in top lane. Darius just clearing out these waves. We're going to go in onto the Karthus with the Sedge 20, and the Nautilus and Jarvan's going to cataclysm both together, and they're going to get pulled in. Is flashing out is the Karthus. The Zing is actually going to tower dive for his blood, and down goes that Karthus ult coming out. Is not going to actually pick up really anything here. Vigor in the bot lane. The Jarvan cataclysming everyone in there into the same pit, but then everyone getting pulled out, except for the Kaisa by the Darius. I was going to say Draven. The Darius meant that Karthus flashed over. No more CC. All the CC has been used. That means Kaisa easily just ults in right onto the Karthus, finishes him off, and then runs back out as the tanks finish off the enemy jungler. So, really in favor of Helix there. Kind of wish just a slight better communication on coordination of layering the CC and the abilities and how they're going about it. As now Jarvan's going to flag and try again, try and get onto the Vigor, not going to quite happen. The Rift Herald did get a charge off in mid lane. And we got a 2v1 in the top lane. Darius is doing a fairly good job as the Kaisa's not punishing that, as there's no reason to stick in top lane anymore. It looks like they're going to go down to the bot again, as Dragon will be spawning in 1 minute and 10 seconds. As Rixie, in the 2v1 did not pick up as much CS, but was behind in CS before, but did get a bunch of plates versus the kill. As the plates versus the kill and the CS differential, but it was first blood, means that the Tristana is 500 gold behind the Kaisa at the moment and hasn't backed. Kaisa's actually got the first item, and are not going to be able to get the first tower strong effort on the side of Woot to get the first tower, but not being able to get the first tower and now being down in items means they're not going to be able to try and keep up with this Kaisa. They're going to have to back before the dragon, which spawns in 20 seconds. They do not want to fight this. I know you have a BS sword, but that's a pickaxe and the Monomune already on the side of Kaisa. This is the item eventual there. Karthus has only got 1 stack on the Rod of Ages. The junglers are basically the same, but there's a lot more armor on the side of Nautilus for the engage. So we'll see how they actually want to fight it. And oh, I guess Gelati's just going to die in mid lane. I totally missed it. I was busy focused on the bot lane, but Karthus dies in the mid lane with the help of Sejuani and Vigor and a double kill, so it's not going to even matter. The dragon is just going to go straight over to Helix because there's no need to even send your bot lane over there. Chuba's not going to be able to flash it. He has flash pull, 1 auto, W, dunk. Shut down over to the Darius, but that means that, you know, Maokai's in the top lane getting return damage onto the tower. Flower plates of her own. Ocean Dragon's so strong. Karthus ult. As Yumi tries to go in with the Tristana. No. Just barely. So Woot is just missing out on, we're talking like slivers of health there as Sejuani. I mean, even now before she backed, right? How much health is still under 50 health, right? So Karthus, like, if Karthus picks the kill up there, it totally salvages this and makes it a whole lot better compared to Sejuani being able to back this. We now have a teleport from Malcolm coming in, and with the CC that's coming in for the Malphite Ados, we'll see how the C fights this. And there's the spray, and there's the cage coming out from Vigor as well. And this is going to absolutely dunk the 2 people in the bottom. Maokai comes in with the Meowkais as the finished one, as Rixie's going to have to rocket jump out on the Tristana and blast Cone away. As the dragon actually is going to go over to the side of Washed Up One Tricks. It's not necessarily, I mean, they capitalize on it, but the amount of resources that they spend to get it means that they're now pushed in, right? The Maokai teleport come in. Darius died. Karthus is trying to exhaust the Vigor here as Maokai's going to, you know, tank this everything up. Oh, no. Ooh, jeez. Tower plates. Kais is going to be able to get that one. I can't see the tower plates. It's 2, 4, and then 1. Okay, flashing in is Tristana trying to get. Let's see if they can finish off the Nautilus. They can, and they're going to read the rocket jump away. Will Azingi follow in? Flashes in with the Q, takes down the Tristana. Not enough damage left to take out the Yumi. So 1 for 1 here in the bot lane. Definitely favors the AD carry Azingi. On the Kaisa, though, because you took out the enemy team's AD carry. Have a bounty on your head versus the other thing. Karthus is going to get stuck here in the mid lane as in comes the Darius. And rocks out. So Darius wants to be in the lane 1v1ing with the Maokai, and that has not happened for about 3 to 4 minutes here between the lane swaps and the Rift Herald's fights and roaming down for the dragons. Washed Up One Tricks predicting the lane swap yet again, or this time they're actually predicting lane swap, as that's what Helix is doing, because the next thing objective on the map will be the thing. Jarvan not able to get that on. Flagging Trek goes in, but there's Nautilus in that bushes. Roll! No! Tristana rocket jumps right into the wrong thing. Baby Cage is going to keep everyone locked in there as well. As down goes Yumi, does not have anyone to jump back to. There's the Sejuani ult onto the Karthus, who just showed up not in time, flashing out, make sure that that E-proc does not happen. Kai'Sa is going to be up in the top lane, getting up that CS, and probably going to pick up another tower. Oh, just... I've seen Washed Up One Tricks play a whole bunch of times, and this is kind of their style. They trust and play with each other a whole bunch. And it just seems like either Helix is reading them properly on how their map movements are going to go, or Washed Up One Tricks is not reading each other properly like they normally do. And they just seem slightly off in this matchup. They're like a day late and a dollar short type of thing to these things, right? Like, the Jarvan going in with the Flag and Dragon, the Cataclysm onto the Vigor is nice, but you did that right into the fact that Nautilus is sitting there in the bush and Sejuani's right up there as well. So you didn't either read the map properly, didn't expect it, or the fact that, you know, the other team kind of kind of predicted on what you're doing. It's kind of hard to tell at this match because I'm not in comms, right? And I haven't got to see all of their games from the side of Helix, but I've seen a lot of games from Washed Up One Tricks over the years, and it just seems like the communication's there, but it's like I said, just slightly off, not allowing them to get on. The Sejuani is be absolutely huge. The 1-0-6 versus the aggressiveness from like the Jarvan coming out, and Helix playing to the advantage of getting getting their top laner away from the Atuba top laner, getting a Zingy fed, focusing on getting tower plates, Rift Heralds, Dragons, going to where that advantage is, right? So we talked in the earlier match today about top half, bottom half snowballs and where they're all located, and it looks like the Yumi ult's going to come out here and just to dissuade any further engage more than anything else. But the advantage, right, of playing to your strengths and your weaknesses, and obviously, like in the pick bans, we said that Wash Up One Trick's advantage is going to be in the top lane, Helix advantage is going to be in the bottom half of the map. So how do you play about that? How do you play around that? Is Tuba's going to get this tower here, but they're giving up Rift Herald in the top lane of Spain. Zilla's just going to be throw some cats and some bushes, and hopefully they meow themselves out here in just a minute. But you give up the tower because you're going to get that Rift Herald. That Rift Herald's going to get a charge off. That charge is going to knock down a tower, and that tower gold is going to go on to your AD carry. You're just the Maokai. You just need the tank and live for as long as possible. Now Jarvan's trying to counteract that here by trying to gank the Maokai down in the bottom half of the map. Play towards your win condition, right? Your pressure in the side lanes. But when you're 2 and you're 1, are losing out in the pressure game here, it's sometimes can be extremely hard. Now Dragon is spawned, and looks like they're going to be getting the Infernal because the rotation's not coming over, but this is the vision score drop and the wards are coming across. And here comes the Rift Herald, right? And they're going to be able to get this Karthus wall's not going to prevent the damage coming out. That's actually going to happen. And there goes the tower, more gold goes over. So Karthus, not going to matter, they're going to run away. Flag Drag comes out, let's see if Tuba is going to have to flash away from the Sejuani, but here comes Nautilus. This rotation, all 5 members, they're going to get in onto the Darius man, and he's going to drop super quickly as no one from Root can follow this up. There's no minions, and now it's Jarvan's turn to flag and drag. Let's see this great escape. We're gonna follow Mayor Huevos until he backs or dies. So hopefully everyone is enjoying the flag and drag in the blast cones right into the tree and the Nautilus. Oh, unlucky. Good attempt though, Mayor Huevos. Good attempt. Oh, and there's the flash Nautilus ult onto Tristana, and that's going to finish that one off as they tried to get a pick in onto the Zingy, which does happen with the help of the Karthus R. And you got the shutdown, so that's really good. Karthus now picked that one up, assist going over to the bot lane. But at this point, I mean, we're looking kind of tough. We're looking to scale, right? But you can't really scale because there's a Vigor on the other side, but you have to scale. You have to get to the point, the fact that your 2 carries can burn through the 3 tanks and the other 2 teams' carries. As you can see here, while I take a water break, Luke can see the gold on the champions. Okay, so how does Woot win? Well, Dragons is an option. Infernal being the last one means that this is going to greatly amplify your damage greatly, which is going to help particularly into the 3 tank lineup. Scaling, I mean, Karthus now has 10 stacks, but he needs to get to more items. And then obviously better objective control. Tristana, range. So they kind of want to go, almost want to go for picks, but you don't want to. But your picks that you have to be super careful on who you pick, right? Because if you get a pick on Sejuani, she's just going to live through it. You get a pick onto Nautilus, as a Zingy on the Kaisa comes flying in, and all of a sudden you get all the damage. You almost need this split push to happen, and then there's the problem. The pick comes in onto you while you try and have it split through, and it's over, right? You have one person too far out. You go for the pick on the wrong champion, or in this case, you're the one that get picked on that champion. and it's not going to happen. But you can't like 5v5 like front tank this lineup at the moment because they have the gold advantage and they have the item advantage for the next 10 to 15 minutes. You have to extend the game for as long as possible. So you have to get wave clear items, right? Tristana, I see, has got another agility cloak. Probably, hopefully, goes for something as we may see a flag and drag from Jarvan here. Does come in with the flag and drag, does not get the steal, and is probably just going to drop pretty much immediately. That's the only thing they were going for, right? Get the steal. There's the Sejuani ult that's going to miss out now as Tristana's going to knock Vigor away. There's the flash in and snare by the Maokai, and that's just where you have too much tankiness and too much CC for washed up one tricks to deal with. And Baron power play, they're up, we'll just say it 9k here for Hex. They're probably only up 8k before the Baron and the kills there, so we'll see how much Baron power play they have. But with the baby cage and the CC, it's really hard for, you know, Wash Up One Tricks to engage onto their team comp in this 5v5 setting, right? They can't really go in. Darius can't really engage. He just gets stuck just like this into the cage. He gets the pull in. Flag Drake's going to come in, but it's not going to matter. Kaisa's going to jump into the back line onto the Jarvan and try and happen. And Gelati on Karthus cannot reach the Kaisa to happen. His double kill comes over to the Vigor. Actually, Karthus ultimate comes out, but everyone is too tanky. And oh, never mind. Vigor is going to drop down to it as Tristana and Yumi are now here. Sejuani is not, and they're going to try in. If we can get some resets, maybe we can get a respawn, but nope, everyone's just going to back out. Dragon spawning here in about 30 seconds. But it's really hard for them to dive, right? Dive through the 3 tanks to get onto the Vigor and the Kaisa, and then if you do dive, then the Kaisa just dives right past you, right? They dive backwards. They go with their tank, their divers, the Maokai and the Sejuani. Kaisa dives past you and gets onto your Tristana. So it's really kind of hard to peel it in that the aspect. The Sejuani is going to go in, is 2 levels up onto this Jarvan. As Tristana's trying to lay down as much damage as possible, but crits is not going to be enough. The attack speed not happening, it just has the zeal. The Sejuani ult does get onto Tristana, is now 2 in the front line. Darius is going to try and take as much as possible. Not enough damage as the CC and the Kaisa take him down. Now this is going to be pretty much a free dragon on the side of Helix. 22 to 4 in kills, up 10,000 gold. So they went, what did I say, like 8k, maybe 7 to 8k before the Baron. Now they're up 10. So 3 to 4, 3,000 gold power play here. Vigor now has gotten 3 items. Kaisa's got 3 items compared to, like, look at Darius right there. He's only got 1.5 items. Jarvan has 1.5 items. You know, Karthus has 2 items. Tristana has 1.5 items compared to the 2 to 3 items that the carries on the side of Helix have. And that just means that they are going to have to try and install this out, and it's not going to be really easy to do, and the tanks are going to get tankier here for the next little bit here. If Washed Up One Tricks is going to win, they're going to have to super stall here, so they're going to have to pull the Maokai into this. The flag and drag is going to happen. It's not going to actually matter. Here's is probably going to end up fight. Solo Carry takes out the Karthus. It's not going to happen. And down there is double kill on the side of Vigor. Tristana's trying to jump and get reset, but Kaisa's going to jump into the backline. Came to Tristana and Flash and Cleanse coming out as well, trying to get the knockback. And Unstoppable is the Sejuani is actually, I think Vigor is the one that did most of the damage. Is now Tristana trying to get one final shot off here, but it's not going to matter as Nautilus and Kaisa finished that one. I mean, you got like Warmogs, right? Yeah, so like just tank it as they're waiting for the minion waves, trying to prevent the back here. It's all about preventing the back. It's not about actually killing the Tristana. Because down goes the tower here. Kaisa should be able to finish this one. Jarvan is 4 levels behind this 80 carry. Look at all of that damage. Just absolutely explodes the enemy jungler here. Now going to try and get onto the Karthus and double kill as the Karthus can't prevent anything from going down. There's the ultimate. Maybe they take down the tree. Yes, they do. As now teleports coming in from the Vigor, drops the baby cage. It looks like they're trying to clear out the CS now. As now Tristana is actually shown back up, but drops to the Zingy Q. And there's the Yumi going over the Darius to try and get off the heal. It's not going to matter. This ultimate from the Vigor is being able to fish someone out. Kaisa's going to drop in, try and finish his Yumi as she gets back from the base. And with the help of the super empowered minions, this is going to be game 1 going over to Helix in 25.5 minutes. $30 to 7 in kills. Holy moly. Helix just didn't let Washed Up One Trick play their game. right? They protected their bot lane early from ganks. The bot lane showed that they were stronger in the 2v2. As a result of that, they controlled the dragon area. After the dragon was gone, they transferred their control of the 2v2 to top to take control of the rift area. And then they got rift. And then once they got rift, they went back to bot lane and had control of the bottom half again. And they got the next dragon actually did go in favor of Washed Up One Tricks. But like the overall objectives and the overall plan broke down pretty well for Helix. Like obviously their missteps, and obviously Washed Up One Tricks did a good job in certain aspects of the game, getting picks and stuff. But when the other team has 3 tanks and a full of CC, and you have like a Darius who can't get through the CC, and a Jarvan who can get through the CC, but then Tristana and Karthus who need the scale, getting through the CC is not going to matter in the mid game because your 2 carries haven't got to their golden item points to pump out the damage. So excellent game 1 on the side of Helix. Definitely shows why they are the returning champs from the Ionian division. And I will take an intermission here as we get ready for game number 2. Welcome back, everyone, to game number 2 between Washed Up One Tricks and Helix. Helix is the 1 seed, Washed Up One Tricks is the 4 seed. Here at Helix taking game 1 victory. So, as you can see, a lot of the similar bans coming out. Helix, though, respecting the fact that you got to ban Ornn on red side in this patch. So, Zach, Aphelios, Nautilus, Leona, Braum all coming out. So, we have CC, long range engage, and the broken AD carry. On the side of Helix, they have 3 top laners that they don't want to go up against, focusing banning out Tuba, and then 2 AD carries in the second half, trying to isolate down a better matchup for their win condition that they play towards, which is the Zingy on the AD carry position. And I want to say solo carries. I know I'm focusing a lot on Zingy because that's the way the team worked, but the Kaisa is just happened to be the champion, right? Solo carries on the Vigor in game one was really, really good as well. The baby cage plus the slowing from the glacial augments really sets up with the tanks that they had. The like the turnaround damage, right? Like to lay it all out. So, Washed Up One Tricks going with a completely different style here. They're the ones taking the CC tanky champs in return with the Sejuani and the Maokai, right? They're trying to return, be like, okay, look, you had too much tankiness, too much CC. Last time we're going to try and return the favor. But they're still sticking with the Yuumi here in the bot lane. And I think... So they must have had some success with the Yuumi bot lanes against Helix. And I'm not exactly sure. I haven't been privy to all of their scouting materials or something. Or maybe it's something about the way Helix plays, because they banned like the Braum and Leona and Nautilus, the like champions kind of with the engage, and with the Yuumi, if you're not like the cat on the book flying around and you're attached to the champion, in this case Caitlyn, Thresh only has one target, right? So then it's just the Caitlyn's job to do the micro minutia, the moving of the champion around to try, obviously, to survive. So it's kind of on the one person to survive while Yuumi can lay down some heals in the poke. And so maybe it's just the way that they want to play against this lane instead of doing the 2v2 fightums, but we'll see how it goes. Helix also picking up the set into Maokai, so it's Helix's turn to take the Bruiser into the tank top lane matchup. So overall, I like to see Woot trying to maybe take away from Helix's strength that they saw from game one. This is something that their team does fairly well, is they see a strength or a weakness that they had in game one, and they try and adapt it into game two. And let's jump right on in and see how this goes. If it loads. Come on. It was loading earlier. Maybe. Sometimes the VOD files take a minute to reconnect. So I just want to thank everyone for joining me on the VODcasts here, knowing that they are not the not live, so you can't always react the most optimally. So should be able to swap on over to the live game. Hasagi! Okay, here we go. So, for Washed Up One Tricks lineup, yet again, Tuba on the top lane on the Maokai, Mayor Huevos on the jungle, Sejuani Gelati on the Karthus mid lane, Rixie, AD carry, Caitlyn, Bixby Cutie on the Yuumi support. On the side of Helix, we got Zilla on the top lane set, Graylee on the Jarvan jungle, solo carries back on the Vigor, AD carry, Zingy back on the Kaisa, AD carry, IB Groggy, not on Gragas, but on the Thresh, as we see an invade, and Rixie's dead. Unless he flashes. Well, there's one flash burnt. So, with the flash down, we're just going to follow the rest of this invade. So in game one, Woot was set up for an invade onto their blue buff that never happened.
Minions have spawned.
And here in game two, they were not expecting an invade, then it did. So the mind games, Helix, maybe Helix is just like got in Wash Up One Trick's head in their matchups on how they do their styles and what they actually do. Are they going to try and set up their... Caitlyn's just going straight to lane. Sejuani is going top. We have Set and Vigor shown against Karthus here. They're waiting for it to spawn. They are. I think they're just going to steal it. So we're going to go red, steal for the Gragas. Set's just going to run back up to top lane. And Karthus is just immediately queuing the Vigor to get out of lane as soon as possible, knowing that there could be a gank coming. Thresh, and oh no. That's a dead Yuumi. You don't have Ignite. Oh. Oh, sad kitty cat. I'm sorry, Bixby. But the Thresh and the Kaisa getting first blood. And now Gelati's going to have to probably burn Flash here. There's the red buff proc. Flag and Drag is going to miss as he's going to try and walk it on out. There's the exhaust trying to get the return kill. No, doesn't burn Flash. As now Greatly does. We now got 2 kills already in 2.5 minutes. I think we got to like 11 minutes before we got the first kill in game 1. This game is going downhill quickly for Wu. And this is something that normally don't do, right? Playing the tank in the top lane. Normally, once you can have like a carry or a bruiser up there. That'd be interesting if you could hook the Yuumi out off of the enemy champion with like CC. I'm not going to do a whole lot of talking here as we're watching farm. We're going to get a flay into a hook, into all the damage coming out on the side. There's the heal from both just from Caitlyn actually. Miss flay by IB. Groggy as potions completely burnt in the mid lane on the side of Beaver, but Karthus once again took exhaust in this matchup trying to see if once someone gets down. And there's set actual damage coming out onto the tank Maokai. Everything that can lay down up there as Jarman's going to back. So we'll see how, once again, the, bot lane is going to be focused here on the side of Washed Up One Tricks versus how the bot lane is focused in the early game for Helix, as the mid lane was the one that got the jungle gank, but the cheese bush strat on the side of the Yuumi. If Yuumi had just like walked along the bottom half of the thing, it would have been perfectly fine. Wards and pings going out from everyone. Yay, farming. Hopefully you guys like Farm Simulator 2020 coming in, which is better known as Top Lane. We got some interaction here. Karthus does have teleport, but he looks like the Flag and Drake does not get hit into the sun. Maybe we have to flash out of this Sejuani. He does walk into it, though. It looks like down goes Champion, and Tuba's actually teleported here into the mid lane. It's going to flash in, get onto the Beaker, and picks up the kill, can help the Mayor Wavebles, but Kaisa is going to drop the Caitlyn in the bot lane, and Bixby's not going to be able to run any faster than that because there's the movement speed. Flash in with the W, double kill for the Kaisa, who is now 3-0-0 at 5.5 minutes. Looking pretty rough here in this bottom half of the map as the, once again, the communication as Maokai teleported in the mid lane. Excellent job on that end with help of Mayor Wavebles to finish that. It's going to go in here, and we're going to see, and we should be able to get a nice stun here right before finish off on the set. No Dunkaroos from set yet. You're not 6. Did you guys eat Dunkaroos as kids? Is it just me? Is this one of these, like, I was a 90s kid because I was a kid in the 90s? Do you, young whippersnappers, did you eat Dunkaroos? Hopefully you did. They're pretty little cookie cracker things and frosting or pudding or fudge, depending on which ones you got. But with the jungler up top and the bot lane control coming out on the side of Helix, yet again, there's a early Ocean Drake. As the mid laners are going to trade CC abilities, there's the exhaust, and Flag and Drag, and Gragas ultimate, Tiger ultimate, with the help of Jarvan. Ooh, Karthus takes down the Vigor. Karthus this time started blasting one instead of going for the Aegis. And hey, what do you know? Lane swap at 6.5 minutes. I mean, take the dragon, swap your bot lane. This is something that if teams show any consistency in doing in any of their matchups, teams need to start noting this and start trying to plan ahead. And there's a hook into a play, but Tuba's like, I CC, just take all the damage. Because this is something you can like try to prepare for. I know the 2v2 was kind of losing out in favor of Wash Up One Tricks, but once again, if we focus on game one, how they did the lane swap and just super accelerated their their bot lane, right, their AD carry, and this aspect, we're gonna see if they do it. They've already gotten one plate. Is now Gragas, or not Gragas, Maokai's gonna go in, only gets ultimate onto the support, not the AD carry. As we're gonna go back up to top, go to top lane. As Sejuani ult is gonna miss. There's the teleport coming out. As Zingy still has the ultimate on the Kai'Sa. We have the flash, and here comes Set. He's gonna pull in one person to get a punch. Finishes one off. As Karthus does not have ultimate for this. Down goes Karthus. 1Q, 2Q. Jarvan's gonna have to use the shield and the lantern to get on out. And it looks like Mirror Weevil's going to try and fight, but you're going to fight a Set who's going to drop the true damage here. I know you stopped the block there, but Vigor got a plate in the mid lane and is now going to roam down to bot lane where, you know, the Caitlyn and Yumi only got one plate. Let's see if they can get two. All of the deaths, though, not going to be kind of in favor. It's just going to be the gold trade. Everyone can look at it here as the mid laners are like straight even, but the jungler for Sejuani is actually ahead, and so are the top laners. But it's that 80 carry position, 4,000 to 2,700 is the huge difference, and that's the difference in the game at the moment as well for the teams. We finished one off. So the bot lane been moving around. Karthus is now down here in the bot lane, going to deal with this as they try to do their own kind of rotation here. The wave manipulation to try and get the lanes where they want them to be for Wash Up One Tricks, knowing that the Rift Herald is the next next major objective here. So everyone's kind of just waiting. We'll see if we get an actual fight. There's a ward. They have started the Rift. There's the poke. Thresh is here. Vigor's going to be roaming up. Karthus is coming from mid lane. Sejuani is going to go in, get onto the Thresh, but there's the baby cage. Not going to happen any further. We're now going to have a 4v5, 5v5 as Maokai's going to go in and knock the Vigor back, and there's the Thresh boxes happen. Sejuani ult misses everyone whatsoever, as there's the poke from Yumi coming out. Caitlyn ult's going to happen, and Zingy's going to step to the side and say, haha, Vigor, you're going to take that, plus the Karthus ult, but there's the heal coming out, protecting the carry, and the lantern protecting the Thresh is now Wash Up One Tricks is the one picking up that the Rift Herald, while Set, who had used the teleport earlier, going to be staying in the bot lane trying to get as many plates as possible here. But it took the someone's got to pick that up, man. Pick it up. Flashing in, and there's the knockback here as it's just the Kai'Sa who's going to have to, ult her way on out. Thresh coming up a little bit late as Karthus is now back in the bot lane. We got 4 people. We're going to maybe get some plates up here. Sejuani's in the mid, going towards the red side of the... I know Dragon's in 15 seconds. Maybe looks to take it mid. The CS, I will notice, in this game is a lot lower than it was in Game 1 because of the way the lane swaps went. Is Jarvan's getting the Scuttle Crab here in the river. Sejuani's just going to drop the Rift Herald and try and get some plates here in mid lane before he goes down. Can we get us 3 plates? Yes, 3 plates. Flag Drag comes out, takes the Rift down. So that's definitely going to help the Sejuani in the acceleration of that gold aspect. Maokai going to stay in the top lane with the teleport as Dragon should be started up. Vigor also a teleport in top lane now, so we definitely have interesting lane swaps coming up back and forth. We'll see what Maokai wants to do. Has built armor, no magic resist, going in onto the Vigor here, trying to make sure that if we're going to get in onto this carry, there's the Vigor ult come out, and Nami Cinder, OP, takes out the, angry Yordle here. Karthus, we're going to see Sejuani coming over the wall, and right back out. Flag and drag by Jarvan, not going to actually matter. Karthus ult wasn't up, Sejuani ult was, but without the Karthus ult and the fact that Maokai had just burned everything to kill the Vigor in the top lane and couldn't teleport in to help get onto the Kai'Sa meant that probably just had to try and tank it up, right? Kind of just tried to go for the steal, didn't happen. But there's Thresh, and over the wall comes the Sejuani, goes in. There's the box on the Thresh, so see enough damage down. Yumi ult's going to come up, and with the help of these, and there's Sejuani ult as well. Flag and Drag's going to take out, knock up the happen, and now Yumi's going around healing everyone. Cataclysm goes out, trying and locks everyone inside the little box. Caitlyn ult comes up, but blocked off by the Caitlyn. That's going to happen here, and the Kai'Sa has actually been not been reached. Finally gets the exhaust on. It's going to ult off to the side so it does not get stunned. Takes out the cat by the help of the Vigor, and is going to flash in with the Q, not enough damage, and shut down by Caitlyn with her Q is coming out. And now it's time for Vigor to see if he drops any damage. Not going to happen. Nice skirmish from both teams. They engage and then they re-engage, and then the fight being able to pick up the kills. So where does Washed Up One Tricks split up their gold, right? We got 2 dragons and over to the side of Helix and Mountain coming up next. So Mountain is actually going to be so much more impactful for Washed Up One Tricks. They get the Mountain Dragon on those tanks, they are literally going to be like unkillable, other than like the Vigor ultimate, right? Because in Kai'Sa, although Set does an excellent job, Thresh is not so much more utility, not the damage, but we'll see what happens. Jarvan, see what he builds. I think he's built the Blue Smite into the Nami Cinder item. Yeah, he went Red Smite. Oh, that's enough. Get into the back line. But once again, the carries on the side of Helix would absolutely love the shield as well. So everyone likes Mountain Drake. Takes, just love it a little bit more. Only 1 sack on the Rod of Ages so far for the Karthus here at 14.5 minutes. We'll see how that impacts this coming up as, the Maokai is going to walk right into 2 members here trying to place a ward. Going back, now he's stuck underneath tower. Tower plates are down. We're going to go between the Maokai and the Caitlyn. Caitlyn's going to try and take this tower. How well can Maokai hold it? We're going to keep on the Maokai here because he's going to go in with the Sejuani, and there's the knockup and into the Sejuani ult, and here comes the Maokai plants an absolutely super long, and the Karthus on top of his Cataclysm comes out and keeps Sejuani in place. His Karthus actually takes down the Jarvan, but now this the tree trying to stay alive is down, dropped by the Vigor with the double kill. All during this time, Caitlyn and the Yuumi they're pushing into this tier 2 here in the mid lane. Are they going to be able to take it? I don't think so, as Set's going to be able to run around, step, avoid the traps, and throw out that true damage. So 1-1 here in towers, but a lot more damage done onto that tier 2 for Washed Up One Tricks. Teleport in onto this Karthus by the Vigor. Go to the mid laners. There we go. Oh, you're slowed. Then you hit the baby cage, and then there's the E. There's the exhaust from the damage flashing over. Vigor doesn't have flash. Didn't flash the follow. Maokai flashes as well. And oh, no. But then Maokai goes in there. Double kill. Okay, so shut down. Vigor gold goes over to Maokai. Karthus, bird flash and exhaust. Teleport and flash on the side of Maokai to actually make sure they secure that kill. So they're trading objectives in this game, which is compared to what they didn't do in game 1, where they didn't trade objectives and Helix was able to just bounce back and forth between the lanes and take all the objectives. Watch One Trick's doing a lot better job of doing the repeat here. Or not letting that repeat here in game number 2. It has Dragon spawning here in 30 seconds. I think we're going to see a full 5v5 for this one. Karthus ultimate is not going to be up, though, for it. And that could be very impactful. Obviously, it's very impactful if it's not up, because then they're not going to be able to get a lot of that burst damage in halfway through the fight after Karthus dies. As the saplings, these are the soccer balls, right? Yeah, the little baby soccer balls are going to clear that one out. Although, Helix can rotate up and push in this mid lane here if they would choose to do that. And the poke damage comes out. We'll see how much poke damage comes out from the side of Woot with the Caitlyn Yuumi and the saplings compared to the. That's not a whole lot of poke damage out on the side of Helix. They're much more of the pick comp, and I think that tanks are not tanky enough as they're going to watch the engagement and watch the one-shot get split up. As Thresh got a great hook in onto the Caitlyn. Is going to absolutely drop down. Maokai is going to be taken down direct. It's not going to matter. As Kai'Sa is going to into the back lane onto Karthus, and Yuumi is not going to be enough to heal everyone. As no one's dealing any damage. As the tanks got separated from the carries in this dragon fight. As Jarvan's going to flag and drag out, and now Maokai is going to be stuck here in the bush, trying to walk in and out of the bush, see if she can W to anyone before it goes in, and nope, is actually going to get dropped. So the engage on the side of oh, wrong thing here. It's just the separation here, like right here. I'm just going to circle it. This right here, that little wall there, meant that the tanks that went in to take the dragon of you know, the Sejuani and the Maokai meant that the Karthus and Caitlyn were stuck on the other side of the wall. Thresh and Kai'Sa and Veigar were on that side. The tanks were all on the inside. So while the junglers were fighting for it, the team fighting the damage were out on the outside. And the Kai'Sa and Mobility was able just to take down the Caitlyn with the Thresh hook. Thresh obviously died for it, but that's okay because you're the support. You took out the enemy AD carry. And then the mid laners basically kind of traded. Sejuani's going to go in here to try and get the steal. Karthus is up here for this one. Karthus ult is available. Flag Drag's going to come out. We'll see if this goes any further. Here comes the Karthus ultimate. Golden! Little Yordle is going to, there's the flag going to prevent this and not going to be able to go any further. As I think Jarvan, you went golden as well. So there's double, you know, broken stopwatches there, preventing the double kill on Karthus, which definitely would have put this game swinging in one favor. And the disengage too strong on the side of Helix. Okay, Karthus has still got 6 stacks on that rod there, so still trying to get up to the next level. The Thresh has landed a ton of great hooks. Speaking of great hooks and flays into this, and to the continuation of that, and flashing in, trying to get onto the Caitlyn, and there's going to be 3 people blocking that. Damage coming out is the Kai'Sa. It's not going to matter as we get another hook, this time in the step, and Maokai is going to lay down all the CCs. We got him another great fight as Grayley's going to come out on the backside of the Jarvan as no one's appealing for the carries, but down goes the jungle and the top laner, Maokai. And now Set's going to be in trouble. Double kill over to the Caitlyn, but Kai'Sa's going to jump ult over onto the Sejuani. And now we've traded out the junglers and the top laners for just the carries. Who is left? Thresh died somewhere in there as well. So, when the carries don't get jumped on the side of either team, the carries can do their job and carry, right? So, what's all going to really matter on whose carry gets dropped first. And that time, Caitlyn didn't get focused. I mean, did get focused, but was able to get healed up with the Yuumi. Maokai and the Sejuani were beefy enough tanks in the front line, in the face phase, right? Even though there's the side flank by the Jarvan, it didn't particularly matter at that point. And I think the face-to-face fights like that, the longer they go, are going to probably favor washed up one tricks unless we get more mountain dragons. But the flanking, you know, side engages or around those weird corners where the tanks aren't like, you know, in the like combat line. Per se is going to favor Helix in future fights. So we got four kill lead here for Helix, but just a 2k gold lead. So a lot closer game number 2 here. Everyone is still kind of scaling. Caitlyn's on 2 items versus the 3 items for the Kai'Sa, so that's definitely a lot of where that gold difference is going. Not as much as in Game 1 where it's like 3 or 4K gold differences. We now have an invade here. Let's see what happens. Oh, if Caitlyn gets jumped on, this is going to... Oh, there are the ghosties into the cage. Flag and Drag gets a knock up. Yumio comes up, but that's not going to particularly matter because Caitlyn did drop down. Cataclysm's going to keep them all on the spot, and now the fact that Maokai's going to get in here and try knock everyone up, and there's the ultimate Sejuani. It's not going to hit absolutely any one of the tanks that's getting done, but there's no damage because there's no Caitlyn. Karthus is here too late. He's trying to flash into the backline. That's not going to absolutely happen, and he's going to get dunked. The cat. There's the Karthus ult. That's going to matter is the actually does take out the Kaisa. But the carries got killed first. Caitlyn died. Didn't get out any deeps. As a result, win for Helix, and that's going to be Dragon. This is, I know you got the Yumi and the Q to go through there, but the ghosties into the Vigor cage is absolutely devastating. I mean, you know, Yumi can do her best to drop the ultimate and prevent the further engage, but the damage was already done. Kaisa's tired of dying to the Karthus ult. Has picked up a stopwatch. Going for his Zonias. I think that's what the Vigor is also going for next. We're at the Stone Plate on the side of Jarvan. Maokai's gone pure armor with the Sunfire Cape and now the Frozen Heart, preventing all that extra attack speed coming out. Plus the extra, you know, armor. That's nice. Not sure I guess the Jarvan attack speed, but it's really the Kaisa. All of her attack speed you're trying to deal with in the slows. Okay, how do these teams set up? So it looks like Karthus is in the top lane, does not have, okay. Just gonna hit each other. Karthus in the top lane. Maokai's in the bot lane. Baron is on the map. See how much they want to evaluate. Wash Up on Tricks cannot let Helix get the 4th dragon, which will spawn in 3 minutes and 40 seconds. So, depending on how they want to layer their vision, Caitlyn, I guess, gets the mid. Karthus goes to the more priority because Maokai has the teleport. And lane turned over. Right, they want to engage. They want to fight with all 5 while Set's not here. No opportunity found, though. Now that Set's here, it's a 5v5. And once again, it's back to can they 5v5 the front wall to get onto the carries while protecting their own carries. We got an NAA Ram dance party. There's the hook onto the Karthus, and this is going to start the fight here. So there's the cage coming out, and it looks like the exhaust comes out onto the AD carry, but it's not going to matter. As down goes Karthus, there's the ult coming out, and it's going to burn everything through. Maokai's CC is not going to be enough with the help of Sejuani. It's the Cataclysm is going to keep everyone inside the little box. He's going to try and heal his way on the way, and all 5 members are still alive on the side of Helix, taking out everyone but the Caitlyn. Yumi, who I think like flashed over the wall. Yeah, so that flash over the wall keeping them alive. Carry died, not enough CC to protect the other carry. It's when you run 2 carry comms, this is the problem. If that happens, the pick happened, the thresh hook happened. The Vigor and the Kaisa happened, and they're just gonna get stuck. Oh. Is she like stuck in the wall? Is she stuck in the wall? Oh my. And that's the ace now. Now up 8K at 26 minutes for Helix. We'll see how much they can do with this Baron-empowered play. Probably push up the lanes, and then here in a minute and a half, take the Mountain Soul and just be absolutely tanky, 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 and shieldy, shieldy, shieldy. And the movements around the map have allowed the set to be up a level on the Maokai, the Jarvan to be up a level on the Sejuani, the Vigor to be up a level on the Karthus, the Kaisa 2 levels up on the Caitlyn and a level up on the support. So like not only up in gold and items, they're now also up full levels across the board. And sometimes the levels, depending on the champion, equate way more to any like partial item that you get for anything coming out. Although it is looking really nice on the side of Helix in the setup, right? They don't have to like pressure anything. They have the Baron. They just want to set up for the Dragon. Karthus, they're just like, okay, you can push to the top lane. The real objective here is coming in 30 seconds. As there are the Ghosts with the Flag and Drag's going to get onto the Caitlyn. The Cataclysm will keep everyone in the thing as Kaisa's going to jump into the backline with the Flay and the hook. Everything gets jumped down, and Sejuani gets dunked. Kaisa's going to jump straight in onto... Okay, and the pick control from the Veigar, right? Like the Ghost into the cage. And the Thresh Hook absolutely dominating. And okay, that's very rude, Kaisa, knocking your set back into the enemy jungle. And there's the Dragon. Karthus trying to slip his way on out. He's gonna just flash away so nothing too bad happens. Was maybe trying to look to get a steal. Probably wasn't gonna happen anyway. How much time they got left on Baron? Like a minute? I'll try and use this last minute to push in. Veigar has picked up the Zhonyas, and so has the Kaisa. Sejuani is going to go over the wall. They have the traps. There's the hook into the pull, and there's the Karthus. Looks like we're going to have everyone jumping in into the area affected. The CC's coming out whatsoever, and the carries are actually kind of being protected in this fight. There's one Zhonya as Karthus is going to drop down as they're trying to get in onto the Axe carry, and down goes the actual other carry as now the tanks are now going to have to try and support this one and heal this way up. Not going to matter as Veigar ultimate just absolutely blows through because you're missing percentage health there, and down gets a double kill on the Karthus. Exhaust is going to happen. They're going to try and run away. It's just a little cat on the book trying to float her way to safety, but that's not going to happen here as down goes the tower. Down goes Baron buff, though. Oh, no. Pulled in. There's the Yumiul. I don't know if that was down for the last fight, but I think it was. There's the Thresh Hook into the Flay. True damage comes out. Not going to matter. Inhibitor down. What do we got left? We just have seconds left on the Caitlyn and the Karthus. That time the tanks did a pretty good job. Just the Baron powered and the gold at this point is really strong. So they're going to have to try and protect. Karthus is going to drop in this. It's going to be enough as Set's going to take the final tower. And this is actually going to be a 2-0 in the favor of Helix. That Mountain Soul doing absolute wonders in that final team push for Helix, as well as the excess gold and their abilities to push their leads that they had and play the game that they play, not allowing Wash Up One Tricks to do what they want to do. So excellent series, as this was a 2-0 for Helix in the Ionian division, trying to return as Ionian champions, defending their title in the finals in the best of 5 coming up. I am super excited to see Helix try and repeat as champions. I'm pretty sure they will. As they have a tough opponent, but I think that their main opponent was here in this one, as these two teams kind of know each other fairly well, playing against each other. So I want to thank everyone for watching. My voice is basically shot. I don't have much more to say. I casted 4 matches yesterday, 2 matches today, another match coming up at 9 p.m. Eastern. Make sure if you haven't caught everything yet, everything will be up on the YouTube later this week if it's not already up there now. I really appreciate everyone joining these streams, checking out the videos, and it's going to be a great finals across the board. We got 6 division finals coming up over the next little time span here, and then we'll get on a break before season 3, and it's just beginning, right? The fun is just beginning as the excitement proceeds going forward. So Helix, excellent job playing to your win conditions and taking home the victory 2-0. So I'm going to cut it out to the final cut here and get some tea or something, because I'm done. I'm sorry, guys. No more analysis from me today.